Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are moving an amendment of our report that was tabled before this House on the Thursday, 30th of November 2023. And if you allow, before I move the amendment, just to appraise members of this House, is that the report that we tabled indicated that the total, a figure that after scrutiny we realized that it was erroneous in terms of the total shareable revenue. And as you know, Mr. Speaker, public accounts reports serve not only accountability purposes, but they are also under Article 2 or 3 of the Constitution, sub Article 3, the basis on which the national and county governments share revenue at the start of the financial year for budgeting purposes. For clarity, Mr. Speaker, yes, just to read.
You are debating.
No, I just wanted to appraise members so that I read.
You don't have to move the amendment.
Thank you. With the guidance of the Speaker, I now read. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Chairman, the Honorable Badi, notice is given that the Chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee wishes to move the following amendment to the report of the Public Accounts Committee on the examination of the Auditor General's report on the accounts of the financial year 2020-2021 by deleting paragraph 30 under the general observations and recommendations on page 20 of the report and substituting therefore with the following. Statement on audited accounts of revenue for the period ending 30th June 2021. During the 2020-2021 financial year, total revenue recorded under various revenue statements as received by the national government amounted to Kenya shillings 1,713,642,981,513 shillings, representing a decrease of Kenya shillings 17,349,712 and 351 shillings, or about 1% when compared to actual collections of 1,730,992,693,894 Kenya shillings, realized in the 2019-2020 financial year, as tabulated in the table that is part of this motion, and whose source is the Kenya National Audit Office. Mr. Speaker, the total revenue of Kenya shillings 1,713,642,981 and 513 shillings for the year 2020-2021 financial year, comprised of Kenya shillings 1,570,562,945,014 shillings as shareable revenue, Kenya shillings 56,238,304,456 shillings as receipts from government investments and public enterprises, and Kenya shillings 86,841,732,043 shillings relating to development revenue. However, the total shareable revenue of Kenya shillings 1,570,562,945,014 shillings reported in the 2020-2021 financial year differs by Kenya shillings 7,472,473,978 shillings, with the revenue receipts of Kenya shillings 1,578,035,418,902 shillings in the preceding financial year of 2019-2020. Mr. Speaker, therefore, the committee recommends that the total national collected revenue amounted to Kenya shillings 1,570,562,945,014 shillings, and which forms the basis of sharing of revenue between the national and county governments as contemplated in Article 203, sub-Article 3 of the Constitution. Madam Speaker, I move, and I request the Honorable Aundo to second.
Who is your second? Okay, there you are. Honorable Member for Funyula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the amendment, the motion as presented on the floor of the House by my colleague Honorable Mutuse. And I want to draw the attention to the people of Kenya that Article 2033, it indicates clearly that the shareable revenue will be based on the recent approved by national accounts by the National Assembly. So it's critically important that once this motion is passed and the report is adopted, the next line of sharing will be based on these audited accounts. With those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the amendment that the motion be amended by deleting paragraph 30 under the general observations and recommendations on page 20 of the report and substituting it as moved by the Honorable Mutuse. Yes, Honorable Badi.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I thought maybe I would take a minute just to make it simpler. I know my colleague, Honorable Mutuse, who is a renowned lawyer in this country,